There is no fifth kriya other than these four. It is only four things we are doing. Either we are walking, or we are standing, or we are sitting, or we are sleeping. So diabetes is related to first tissue, that is rasa, lymphatic system, the conversion of sugar. And believe me, we can reverse this in 7 days. Every modern mother, a housewife, a cook, a chef should know, who is controlling the food in the house should know what nutritious things should be given, because that 35 rupees flour, wheat flour, will not give you nutrition. A person who is not having good brain or good memory, we say meat kami hai, namak kam hai usme. So that is actually, your brain consists more of salt, sodium.
Okay.
When there is a sodium imbalance, it brings the neuro imbalance. All mental diseases are connected to salt. If you are very poor, you cannot drink coconut water. It's not of a worry. Any part of coconut, even the outer fibers, that fibers also you can actually dip into the water, go for overnight, soak into the water overnight, and drink that water next day. It helps you. The same effect you will have, what you will have after drinking the coconut water.
Namaste. Welcome to Café Rainy Days. My name is Sujata, and I have great pleasure in introducing you to Muni Adarsh. Muni Adarsh is a Jain monk of a great repute, and he has, through his Prasuk wellness system, cured and reversed several lifestyle diseases and helped so many people. A really small personal introduction of Muniji is when I approached him for the podcast. Not just did he straight away say yes, when I said to him I'd like to talk a bit about his own journey, he said, absolutely no. He said, how's that going to help people's health? So his objective is very clear, that he wants to help people. Therefore, we're going to talk about preventive wellness today with Muniji. Muniji is a double PhD, and it gives me great pleasure in welcoming Muni Adarsh to the program. Vandami Naman Sami Muniji. Good?
Great.
Good. Muniji, welcome to the this channel. It's a small channel, Cafe Rainy Days. We tend to interview subject matter specialists like yourself, like you in health, or somebody who's done something really different in life. And it's such a pleasure to have you on the channel. Welcome. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
We'll straight jump into your subject matter, which is preventive wellness. Now, ever since we were in school, and everybody says prevention is cure, prevention is cure, but nobody actually tells us what prevention is. We do have a rough idea, but not a really clear idea. So, what is preventive? What is prevention?
You rightly pointed that we were always taught prevention is better than cure, but prevention was never shown. So basically, for a small beginner who is very much unaware of preventive wellness, we can say that your kidney can live for 100 years, but nobody taught you how your kidney lives for 100 years. They taught you that if your kidney fails, you have to go for dialysis. That each and everybody knows. But nobody was taught that your kidney can live for 100 years. Suppose there was a person about 70 years. When he died, his kidney had already lived for 70 years. His kidney was transplanted to a young person who had a kidney failure. Now, again, the same kidney reaches up to 22 years. Now that kidney has lived for 92 years. Kidney had that capacity to live for 92 years. But we were never taught how our lungs can pump for more than 100 years, how our heart can beat for more than 100 years, how each and every organ we possess can actually help us to live a longer, larger life. You might be knowing, just a few days ago, Japan had that world record. They had announced the world record. Highest number of people crossing 100 years are living right now in Japan. Just a few days ago, this was mentioned over there. How this is possible? This is possible because of preventive wellness. It means taking care of whatever human assets you have. And these are so important human assets. I'll just give you one example. For example, if your eyes, we have iPhones, etc. they also have that zoom in, zoom out capacity. They also can have a view of larger things, broader things, microscopic things. They have that. But then also they are very much slower than our eyes. How? See, suppose
Mm,
if I take a phone and if I focus on some point which is out of my window, which is out of my building, outer area. Now, suppose I bring that camera instantly to some near focal point, the camera will take a lot of time to adjust to that focal point. But your eyes, within fraction of seconds, they focus to a point and they focus to another point. Our eyes does not have a shutter or does not have that mechanical transition. It does it within seconds.
mm,
So our eyes, the pixel of our eyes or the capacity of our eyes is far more greater than these common machines, right?
mm. I recently went for this glaucoma test, and while you're still looking straight ahead, the peripheral vision is so much with our normal human eyes. Of course, the camera doesn't have it; it'll have to have different lenses or whatever to get a wider vision, isn't it? Sorry to disturb you. Carry on, Muniji.
Exactly. So each and every part of our body has a great potential to actually help us living a good human life, to experience the highest human experience. And to make this possible for more than 100 years, the method which is used, that is actually preventive wellness. Now, defining preventive wellness. This was the result of preventive wellness. But defining preventive wellness in a proper microscopic level, in a microscopic way, preventive wellness means wellness system that uses cell intelligence, a system that uses cell intelligence. It is not only that our brain has intelligence, each and every cell of our body that has a DNA actually has intelligence. And not even one organ fails in its own intelligence, or it actually continues its own intelligence for the
Mm,
whole life. So there is no kidney failure, no lung failure, no heart failure, no liver failure, no intestinal, no any organ failure, no brain failure. This kind of wellness system, which allows each and every part of our body to own that intelligence without failing for a larger period of time and give us the best human experience. This is preventive wellness system. And I proudly say that Jainism promotes this preventive wellness system because we live a self-reliant life. We try to live a personal and self-reliant life so that we don't hurt even a minute living being. And this kind of living helps us physically, mentally, spiritually, and holistically to live a life of wellness. Geo or Ginedo, live and let live. That preventive and wellness lifestyle is promoted by Jainism.
So true. And I also wanted to ask you about the miracles of this system. So, one of the things that I can think of is that when a child is born, for example, you don't find a heart cell in your kidney cell or something like that. So, perhaps I can see one of the miracles here. But if you could explain some more about why is it a miracle, and what are these miracles with preventive wellness?
Absolutely. So, actually, you might be knowing that our body is generally made of five elements:
Hmm,
fire, earth, space, water, right? So, and maximum part in our body we have is water.
hmm,
Now, preventive wellness emphasizes such kind of wellness system that uses these elements. And instead of depending upon anything else or extracting anything else or going into some other procedure, just living with the environment which we actually have around us, emphasizing each and every importance of that environment. Right now, just recently, there was a film released, or it is going to be released. There is a film directed by James Cameron. He was a normal mechanical engineer, and today he's a multi-billionaire, not multi-millionaire, but multi-billionaire. It's a franchisee industry. The film name is Avatar. First, he shooted about the earth. Second was ways of water. He's going to take the third element, fire, a film on fire. And I suppose he's going to take all the elements as he's going to focus. So actually, his motto was to express that how these elements are very useful and how we should actually save them for our lifestyle. Like in South India, Sadhguruji is doing. He had a mission of save soil, save water. He has done many things, even Sri Ravi Shankar ji, and many of us also. They are doing on a large scale. They are doing internationally, global. We are doing on a small scale in a few places. But
Mm.
actually, we need to understand there are so many people. They just live on sunlight.
Mm.
Sunlight is the food for them. And
Mm.
when you see the environment, the miracles of the environment, you actually don't need to go such complex procedures to keep your body healthy. You have to just understand the importance of these five elements, and you can live a great life more than 100 years. This is to just to listen also, it is so cooling. I'm feeling so happy that, oh, we don't need to do actually anything. We just need to understand the importance of these five elements, and miracles can be created. You can live for 100 years.
So is a human body, Muniji, meant to live for over 100 years?
Definitely. Human body is, and that is why our blood is being stored and blood is being used. And that is why these all scientists are able to store our body, all the visceral parts, and each and everything they are able to store for more than 100 years. And when this neurolink will come, we would be surprised that our thoughts can be stored for hundreds and thousands of years. Human
Mm.
body is something beyond what we actually mean it. We use it just for pleasure of our sensory organs. It is miles beyond such kind of experiences.
Clue is also in our traditions, right? So every time we give a Ashirvad, they say Shatayushi Bhava,
Yes.
which means 100 years, right? So there's already those links there. I mean, this, what you said about thoughts is just amazing, mind blowing that thoughts can stay. Is that where this Akashic records, etc., comes from, Muniji, or is this something different?
Absolutely, we can interlink. These are all godly elements existing in this universe, which make us feel, although we are human, but they make us feel that we are connected to some supreme elements and some supreme divine energies. You may call it, you may name it anything, but the universe is just a miracle.
It is a miracle, but there's a basis to it, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, excellent. So, if I can ask you, and you sort of slightly touched upon it when you mentioned Avatar, how is preventive wellness important in modern time? We are so much now focused on allopathy. If I have a headache, have a pill. So it's all the exact opposite of preventive. So I can sort of get a slight gist of it, but if you can explore this topic some more as to why in modern times it is so important.
Yeah, I'll speak about it. But first, let me break down a myth about this. Today, we are using naturopathy,
Mm.
Ayurvedic, homeopathy medicines also in the way of allopathy. Now,
Mm.
this may sound to you a little bit complex, but I'll make it easy for you.
Mm.
See, what is allopathy? You don't need to follow any tradition, any rules, or anything. What you need to do is just when you have symptoms, you have those medicines and it's over.
Mm.
Similarly, people actually are running towards Ayurveda, but they are running in the same method of allopathy.
Mm.
We are forgetting that the universe has a rhythm
Mm.
and we need to follow that rhythm. Means, suppose if you are having a nose block or sinus or some cold and cough and everything, and suddenly you start, this is a joke.
Mm.
This is the allopathy way of medicine. You are using yoga, such an
Mm.
illusion. You are
Mm.
using yoga, but in what way? Like as if you are eating that
In the
medicine, you feel
opposite
the same
direction.
thing. Now you are doing the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
See, this is a biggest myth.
yeah.
We cannot use such kind of medicines, Ayurveda or homeopathy or yoga or naturopathy or these elemental medicines. We should not use them in the way of allopathy. Alternative medicinal sciences, they tell us to live a rhythmic way of life, and modern way of life of each and every individual is lost. They have
Mm,
lost the rhythm of their life. They don't have a proper time to eat, proper time to sleep, proper time to go out or to talk to people. For 3, 3, 4 days, they are in their labs and they are just working on some project. And when they come out, they eat those sleeping pills. And what a weird kind of lifestyle modern people have adopted is actually defining that they are going on a very wrong path. And that is why preventive wellness is most important to explain each and every person. You will be surprised to know that modern naturopathy, clinical naturopathy book released from America says that sitting on the ground and eating the food gives you more digestion power. And we are doing this thousands and years. We are not
Well,
sitting on the dining table.
yeah.
So actually, these Indian methods or these preventive methods are now clinically being proven that
Mm,
you have to use such kind of traditional values to for your food. For means this is respecting your body,
mm,
respecting the nature, respecting the environment. So that
mm,
is why I always say that people have lost rhythm in their life, and preventive wellness brings that rhythm in their life.
mm,
Means you have to do pranayam daily.
mm,
You can name it as box pranayam, or you can name it as
mm,
Rechak, Kumbhak, box breathing, whatever you name it as. But you have to follow that method of preventive wellness, which
mm,
actually relates to your life in
mm,
how you can breathe and bring your body back to rhythm. And then, if you have a cold or cough, and then if you do Kapalbhati, your body can give you the best output. Suddenly doing Kapalbhati may give you a temporary result, but it will not give you a permanent result. I
mm.
hope I'm very clear.
You are very clear. So basically, what you're saying is that you don't wait till you're ill. You have to start taking steps right from the beginning to stay well. So what modern man and all of us are really doing is okay. I feel restless. I can't sleep. I go have medicine. Whether it's and to us these are just various branches. So we are not looking at it as preventive wellness. We're just saying allopathy suits me better, or oh Ayurveda suits me better, and we just go and approach it like this, where you're saying that all these Indian systems are more preventative, including although homeopathy is not, I'm including homeopathy on this side, and I hope you agree with that, that it's more preventative. So Muniji, you mentioned that modern man has lost the rhythm. So can you give us some clues as to, maybe just the bigger points where we are going wrong, and what is this rhythm that one should be following?
So, actually, the reality is our body is meant to work hard for only 8 to 9 hours. Our body is not meant to work more than 8 to 9 hours, actually, because that creates a lot of stress. We have four kind of kriyas in a very short form, I will say. In original text, it is known as idiopathic kriya, means walking, standing, eating,
Okay.
and sleeping. You can divide your 24 hours in these four kriyas of your body. There is no fifth kriya other than these four. It is only four things we are doing. Either we are walking, or we are standing, or we are sitting, or we are sleeping. There is no fifth kriya to this body, right? Now, 6 hours of sleeping, 6 hours of walking, 6 hours of standing, and 6 hours of sitting. It is not continuous. Sleeping is continuous, but other all the activities can be performed at different time of our life. So that is why you can walk a little in the morning, you can walk a little in the evening, or you can walk after food. These all can be broken into parts. And that is why nowadays people are being motivated that don't sit for a long time. After every half an hour or after every 1 hour, you stand up, you have a little walk and sit back. In corporate world, this is being a lot of chaotic situation there is right now. So these things are being promoted in the corporate world. Why? Because they are not giving proper attention to their body. They are using their body as a machine for some other vision.
Mm.
So now these kind of activities can be divided. They have a proper time of waking up, sitting, standing, walking. Like suppose, according to the nature, when everybody sleeps by midnight, before midnight, if we go to sleep proper time, and if we count the 6 hours, say suppose in India we sleep at 10 o'clock and the Brahma Muhurat comes at 4 o'clock. This is a standard local, I'm talking of the standard local time. So sleeping at 10 o'clock and waking up at 4 o'clock, the 6 hours of sleep is more than enough to have a quality sleep. And when you wake up in the Brahma Muhurat, you sit and do spiritual activities for next 3 hours, that is approximately up till 7 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, you start those yogic activities and you detox your body in the morning. And say, suppose for the next 3 hours, like you're walking and standing and doing other yogic activities or body movements. And then again, you go for bath detox and then you go for your morning breakfast. Then you have other daily activities. You go for your job. And these kind of actually traditions are set according to the nature.
Mm.
These actions are set according to the nature. You sleep by 10 o'clock, and before 10 o'clock, 3 hours of 10 o'clock, like in the evening, 7 o'clock, you have your dinner. And after that, for 3 hours, you do bhajan, kirtan, or whatever, some spiritual activities, have a reflection. And then at 10 o'clock, you go to sleep. This activity is actually round the clock. When you are walking according to the nature, according to the environment, it helps you live a longer life. This is preventive wellness.
Mm. Muniji, just a quick segue into what you were saying about Brahma Muhurta. I always have wanted to ask somebody knowledgeable like you, what happens in countries, European countries, where the sunrise really drastically changes, or if you're in Norway or something, the total daytime is like, can be just 2 hours, few hours, depending on which season. How do you go about your dinacharya then?
So, actually, living in a tropical region, to live in a tropical region is actually our punya. It
Yes,
is a
they say it's the
privilege to
best
live
for
in a
health,
tropical
isn't it?
region. But for frigid regions, we don't have actually any timetable mentioned in preventive wellness for those regions. But yet, waking up at having a 6 hours of sleep over there also will be adequate. The sunrise and the sunset is not working over there. But in
Mm.
tropical, and what I'm talking about is more of tropical regions.
Yes. So your advice to people like us who are living away from our countries or not in the tropical regions is still make sure you've slept for 6 hours and
Yes.
and maybe ignore the sunset sunrise times and go about like that. Another thing that I also noticed is you said 6 hours of walking. I mean, today not just are we stuck at a computer, but even at leisure time we are sitting in front of the TV or watching Netflix or reading newspaper. Everything is sitting down or lying down and that's it. We don't seem to be walking 6 hours, definitely. I mean,
I can give some alternative points. If you have
okay.
a more of a life of sitting life,
Mm,
so then at that moment we can have some alternatives of it. In yogic philosophy, it is mentioned that when you do breathing from mouth breathing is not allowed. But
mm,
there is a thing known as Upanshu jap. Upanshu jap, so in Bhashya Jap and Upanshu Jap, what happens in Upanshu Jap? That voice is not coming, but the air is coming. Voice is not coming, but the air is coming. Like, I hope the mic is away from me, but yet you will be able to understand when I say Ram, Ram, Ram.
okay, it's like a whisper.
Yes,
It's like a
whisper.
whisper. Mm,
This is this is Upanshu Jap. If
right.
you do this Upanshu Jap for half an hour, that is almost equivalent to you walking 10 kilometers.
Oh, wow. So that's taking up more energy than just normal talking.
Yes, yes,
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, but this should not be done without any guru, because doing this may dry your mouth. And if you do it excess, or if a person who does not know how to do this and listening to this podcast, and if they just start doing they will harm themselves. So, because we are nowadays, we are not in connection with preventive wellness or yogic teachers around us. Previously, it was that everybody in the house knew everything, but nowadays that is not happening. So,
Mhm.
I would like to suggest everybody listening to this podcast, just don't listen and start something in your life. I would like to recommend that you come to our courses, you learn them, or you can go anywhere else, learn from them, from a proper guru, and then only start these kind of activities in your life, so that they can help you.
Muniji, that's another thing that's happened with modern living. We are so much reliant on all these WhatsApp and YouTube. And I mean, there's a good side to it. This wouldn't be possible without media, without YouTube and Instagram. But then there's so much that, this 2 minute flash of this, and then we just randomly start eating awla or whatever else that's been neem, kapatta, and there's no coordination. We are not thinking about the season. We are not thinking about our prakriti. So that's another big issue that I find with modern living, is that we just get bombarded with information from everywhere. Do you have any advice on this? And then we'll move on to our next question.
Just one advice, as I said previously, live a rhythmic life. Live a rhythmic life. First, bring your life into a rhythm, and then practice whatever is feasible.
Very good advice, Muniji. So, next question that I'd like to ask you, unless you think you've covered it, what are the differences between preventive wellness, which you teach and you help people with, homeopathic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, naturopathy? There are so many of these pathies. I mean, allopathy is the easiest to know because it's completely different. It's basically just treating your symptoms, right? So that bit I think is clear to most of the audience. But if you could tell us the difference in all these other alternatives.
So, while talking about differentiation between alternative medicines and the mainstream medicine or the medicinal streams, I would like to say that preventive wellness classifies body into seven parts: the gross part and the subtle part, from gross to subtle. The most gross part is our food. That is the most gross part of our body. That Annamaya Kosha, it is known as food, ahar. It is known as ahar. So subtler than ahar are the tissues of our body, Sapta Dhatu, Rasa, Rakta, Mansa, Meda, Asti, Maja, Shukra. That is the second level. Then subtler than that are our five sensory organs. They are very subtle. Only you know that a small retina and it can see the whole world. And then subtle than that is also our respiratory system. Subtle than that is our vocal system, and subtle than that is our mind, our brain, the system. And subtler than that is our consciousness. So, seven levels: Ahar, Sharir, Indriya, Shwas, Bhasha, Man, Atma. So, seven parts when we define. In preventive wellness, we bring all the seven classifications in a rhythm. We bring food in a rhythm. We bring Sharir in a rhythm. We bring five Indriyas in a rhythm. We bring actually our respiratory system in such a rhythm that the whole body can be controlled only by our respiratory system, only by our doing pranayama, then the vocal, then the mind, and then the soul. So all these seven parts need to be rhythmized.
Mm.
Now, whereas in other yogic traditions or alternative medicine traditions, they don't give all the relative medicinal uh, definitions or relative medicinal traditions, activities, performances. They don't give everything. Like homeopathy, it gives only about ahar. It does not have anything to do with the Shwas, Bash, or Man. If you
Mm.
talk about yoga, it gives only how your body tissues can be cleaned and how your sensory organs can be empowered, how you can balance your rhythm, how you can balance your thoughts, but it will not give about food. Yogic tradition does not align anything about food.
Mm.
Ayurveda gives everything about food, everything, thousands of herbs and lakhs of things happening in this universe. It connects to astrology also, it connects to so many other elements of this universe. Naturopathy does not heal using mantras.
Mm.
Naturopathy heals with five elements. So all the alternative medicines have their own particular focus,
Mm.
goals. Whereas preventive wellness classifies all the seven parts of our living consciousness, of our existence, whether it be external existence, the gross existence, or the subtler existence. And it points out each and every rhythm of each and everything what we possess. So this is a bigger, larger portion, whereas other all medicinal streams, they focus only on a particular idea or a
Mm.
particular classification. I hope I'm very clear.
I think so. So if I understand this correctly, in to term it in a different way, wellness is defined in different ways in different systems. But in the preventive wellness system, you are looking at the wellness of each of these seven layers right up to Atma. है ना?
Yes.
Ah, okay. That's so interesting. It's to understand that not just the gross food and the physical is important for your health, but even the grossest, sorry, the subtlest Atma is the health of the Atma even is considered. It's such an integrative approach, isn't it? It's so
Yes.
good. Yeah.
I would just like to add a little one more example. Like there
Sure.
nowadays, sound therapy is very
Mm.
much promoted. So
Yes.
when Akashic records and also is very
Mm.
much promoted. So
Mm.
that when sound healing will go with our sensory organs, that
Mm.
also comes under preventive wellness. The
Mm.
Akashic records and will go with the soul and the karma. That also comes under preventive wellness. So preventive wellness is a gross idea, larger idea, which connects to each and every, as you rightly said, that this is the integrated part of the whole healing system.
That's amazing, Muniji. So you've talked so much about preventive wellness, Muniji. So is there, I mean, is this based on Jain principles? Is there modern research going on around this? Is this just happening in Prasuk Wellness? If you can tell us a bit more about the research.
So I would like to clear over here that traditions were always followed as per the time. Now, modern times also has some necessities. Like we say, necessity is the mother of invention, but necessity is always the need of the particular hour. There were some necessities previously which are not necessary today, and there are some necessities today which may not be relevant in future. So preventive wellness has always adopted the modern era or the particular era from time to time. Like in modern days, there is a research going on preventive wellness, and you will be very surprised that companies working in space like Tesla are actually working on preventive wellness. The highest research is has been done by NASA and the Space Research Center of Canada and the space research centers or the space research organizations by the corporates. They are doing. Why? Because when we go in the space, we don't have the basic element for our life energy. Means we don't have earth over there, we don't have sunlight over there, we don't have actually any kind of water fire element in the space, and then also we need our body to live in that weird environment. For
Mm.
that, preventive wellness is being researched. Like for example, how there are some devices which count the luminosity of the sun. We can see them in the cricket grounds. The empire sees the luminosity and he says that now you are not going to play, we will play tomorrow, right? So similarly, when you go in the space, we have a circadian rhythm related to the sunlight in our body. Now, what happens in the space? Actually, the day and nights are happening within hours,
Mm.
within 2 hours, within 3 hours. So the circadian rhythm over there is completely disrupted. If you don't follow such preventive wellness ideas, what will happen? Your body will start aging very fast in the space. So, to stop that aging very fast in the space, they control the sunlight in the shuttle so that that circadian rhythm does not get disrupted.
They try and mimic a day and night, is it, inside the space shuttle?
Yes, they do that. They do that. So this is the way they have to research about preventive wellness. This cannot be done by any allopathic medicine or any Ayurvedic medicine cannot do this. Only preventive wellness can do this because we need such kind of elements for our body so that
Mm.
we can live a proper living system, right?
Mm.
So preventive wellness has always adopted modern researches as the need of the era and need of the time. So it is not only that we are following traditional values, we are taking traditional values as the base, and preventive wellness is evolving along with the world, along with the universe, as per global aspects.
So have you yourself personally been approached by scientists or people like that to give advice?
Not officially, unofficially, many people approach me.
Right, right. They want to know. And of course, they must be part of your, on a very personal level, they must be part of your Prasuk wellness and coming for,
Definitely,
uh,
definitely. I have a lot of people engaging in lot of activities and taking a lot of knowledge so that they can interpret because Jain Shastras are written in Prakrit language and everybody does not have that kind of time to
mm.
learn those languages and then to interpret. So they come to me and they get those informations.
And you are learned in Prakrut as well?
Yes, I
Oh,
have learned it before my monkhood. My Guruji had blessed me with all kinds of shastras. More than we have 32 shastras altogether, which count to about 72,000 pages. And out of those 72,000 pages, mostly about 36,000 pages were already taught to me before I took this monkhood.
oh wow. And it covers all sorts, of course, in Prakrut. I remember yesterday when we were talking just before the podcast as well, you were telling me about this interesting word in Prakrut, which means Swayambhu. And that was very interesting. If you could share that just as a tidbit before we move on to diseases.
Everybody is behind the universe to know who actually has created this universe or how this was created. And there is a word used for Shiva, not in his physical form, but in the subtle form. He's known as Shambhu. And Shambhu is a word of Prakrit, which is actually, which we can translate it in Sanskrit as Swayambhu, self-made. So this universe is Shambhu, Shiva, or the self-made. It is Swayambhu.
Thank you, Muniji. So, Muniji, now if we could move towards the need of the hour, we are all suffering from these lifestyle diseases, and you particularly hold the Indian world record for reversing the maximum number of diabetes patients. You hold the record. So, if we could maybe start with diabetes, because you're definitely the subject matter specialist in this.
Definitely. So I would like to express a little small theory before expressing how we can reverse diabetes. We talked about seven tissues: rasa, rakta, mansa, meda, asti, maja, shukra. So diabetes is related to first tissue, that is rasa, lymphatic system, the conversion of sugar. And believe me, we can reverse this in 7 days. Each tissue is formed in 7 days. Whatever food we have today, it is converted into sugar in first 7 days. Then it converts, the same tissue converts into blood. It transforms into blood in another 7 days. Now this same tissue transforms into muscle in another 7 days. In another 7 days, it transforms into fat. In another 7 days, it transforms into bones, into 7 days into marrow, and 7 days into sperm. So from Rus, to Shukra, it takes 49 days to transform whatever food we intake. Ahar means intake. Whatever we intake, it takes 49 days. Why I started with diabetes, not any other tissues or not any disease, is the point that if you want to cure your body, you have to clear the first level, that is
Mm.
about sugar. If you don't detox sugar, whether it is detected in the blood or it is not detected in the blood, there if there is any pain or anything in your body, a mishap in your body, believe me, there will be a part of sugar. It is the first issue. There is a part of sugar. And if
Mhm.
you don't know how to control sugar, you don't know preventive wellness. So that
Mm.
is why first I experimented on diabetes and I got this world record. And
Mhm.
I teach today everybody that you can reverse diabetes within 7 days using this seven classification Ahar, Sharir, Indriya, Shwas, Bhasha, Man.
Amazing. Who would have thought that it only takes 7 days to reverse diabetes? Can you give us some more clues as to what to do, how to go about it?
To reverse diabetes, first, I ask people to change their diet, which is the most important part. Over here, I use rooftop system, or I ask my seekers, my followers to start with liquid. First, have a liquid diet, water, then have a fluid diet, then have a solid diet. Then again in the afternoon, when you have a solid diet, then again you go towards the fluid diet and go towards the liquid diet. Liquid, fluid, solid, fluid, liquid. If you follow this cycle, every element is over here fostered.
Can I stop you, Muniji, there for just a second? So, when you said you go from liquid to fluid to solid, is this during the day? Is it during the 7 days, or
During
when?
the day, per
Or
day.
can you give us an example?
When the
Sorry.
sun rises, you can start with liquid. When the sun comes to 45 degrees, you can have the fluid. When the
Right.
sun comes to 90 degrees, you can have solid. Then again, when the sun goes to 135 degrees, you can have fluid. And when sun is going to 180 degrees, you can have liquid. And then space means don't have anything in the
Right.
night.
Right. Understood. Right.
This rhythm I follow, rooftop rhythm. It's very simple. Then second thing I do, I ask them the mobility of four kriyas: sleeping, standing, sitting, and walking. I give them this timetable, how you can cover up your body movements so that they become stabilized. Then next comes breathing. Then they are sensory organs. I ask them to focus on music in a particular daytime, on particular musics. Like, for example, if they are feeling, when you have diseases, you have different kinds of emotions. Some people go aggressive, some people go depressive. If they are in depressive mode, I ask them to listen to Malko Shrag. As your Maharashtrian, we sing that Malko Shrag. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole, Namah Shivaya. This is Malko Shrag. I
Okay.
ask them to listen to this Malko Shrag, and if they are very much aggressive,
Hmm.
then I ask them to listen to Harigit Chand. मंदिर छु मुक्ति तणा मांगल्य क्रीडा ना प्रभु नेन्द्र नर ने देवता सेवा करे तारी विभु. There is another rag connected to it is Shiv Ranjani. If you are feeling aggressive, listen to Shiv Ranjani. So focus on your five senses. Don't stimulate them much. Cool them down, all your five senses. Then going forward towards breathing, start with Anulom Vilom, a rhythmic breathing every day for 24 minutes. At least 24 minutes of Anulom Vilom is necessary to reset your body breathing, reset to your diaphragmic breathing, not thoracic breathing, but towards diaphragmic breathing is very necessary. Then I ask them to have a conversation. People, nowadays they are not talking anything, everything on mobile. They've gone
Okay.
silent.
So you actually have them ask them to have a conversation with somebody. Okay.
Yes, every day you need to talk. You need everything what is suppressed inside, you need to bring it out. There are few people around going just they talk too much, who are too much talkative.
Right.
I ask them to sing mantras
Right.
and then mental meditation. I ask them to cool down and focus only on the breath coming inside, going outside. And this way, I ask them in a various activities. Now, these activities, I divide them in such a minute bites so that they can perform within the 24 hours itself along with their daily activities.
So their routine can go on, but they are also getting cured at the same time because you're giving
Yes.
them all these.
You don't need to go to any naturopathy center or you don't need to go anywhere else. At your home itself, you can follow these activities and these are available everywhere around us in environment.
So good. Just two observations, Muniji. One towards the audience that I will put a link to Muniji's system, the website, and there Muniji and his team will give you free of charge guidance on how to reverse these diseases. Do this only under guidance. Don't just like Muniji said already. Let somebody more knowledgeable guide you through this process. But I will put a link on our conversation on YouTube. The second observation, Muniji, was that it's amazing that these certain swaras are either promoting some activity or reducing that aggression. So you obviously have researched these ragas and which swar, which komal, which is tivra, which is what is good for you, which is and that comes through research, or was has that been mentioned in ancient texts, or is it a combination?
It is very clearly mentioned in the Asia text. We can reverse each and every sickness, illness through these ragas. But we
Wow.
have an integrative approach. So we just don't ask them to follow ragas because
Hmm.
there are many people who do exercises and when they come after exercises, they have three glasses of juices
Hmm.
and they have all kinds of food stuff taking that excuse that we have done a lot of workout and my body needs such kind of things to then it actually turns weird. There are
Hmm.
many yoga teachers who teach yoga but they don't provide diet plans. There are
Hmm.
many nutritionists who provide diet plan, nutrition plan. See, diet plan is a different thing and nutrition plan is a different thing. Right now India and every country is lacking this nutrition plan. Every day in the morning, mother wakes up and asks husband, children, आज मैं क्या बनाऊं? So the mother doesn't know what nutrition my child needs, what nutrition my husband needs.
Hmm.
Today people are lacking. This is the most essential knowledge every modern mother, a housewife, a cook, a chef should know. Who is controlling the food in the house should know what nutritious things should be given because that 35 rupees flour, wheat flour, will not give you nutrition. That 200 rupees oil is not going to give you nutrition. You need calcium in oil. You need to use sesame oil, tilka tel. You need to use those things. And particularly in different seasons.
Hmm.
We eat vegetables from the month of November till the month of March. After the month of March, we stop eating leafy vegetables. We eat other vegetables, fruit vegetables, but we stop eating leafy vegetables. Now, in the summer season, we start actually eating fruits, more fruits. Now, why? Season is the reason behind this, our diet system, our Jain diet system. What happens in winter season? Our body gets dry. So it needs oil, the greasy part. So leafy vegetables have a lot of greasy part. I'll just
Hmm.
simply ask you, even Google won't answer it.
Hmm.
As per our diet, what is different between fruit and vegetable? If I ask you what is difference between fruit and vegetable, mostly nobody is taught. Preventive wellness teaches this. What is fruit? All that has glucose is a fruit. And
Okay.
all that as oil is a vegetable.
Okay.
Winter season needs oil.
Even things like cauliflower or bengal
Every
all have
every
oil?
vegetable has oil.
Oh, okay.
So suppose in from cauliflower and these, when you cut them down, milk comes out. A
Hmm.
little milk comes out.
Hmm.
That milk transforms into oil.
Right, right,
So
right.
previously, when it is a coconut water, it is milky.
Hmm.
But over the period of time, that milky portion turns into oil.
Right. Huh. Yeah, of
This
course.
is with each and every vegetable. This transformation happens in each and every vegetable.
Wow.
So fruits have all kinds of glucose, means fructose or whatever.
Hmm. And yeah, some sort of sugar.
It
Hmm.
has glucose. And vegetables has oil. And body needs two things, glucose and oil. Now we have vegetables, leafy vegetables in winter season.
Hmm.
I emphasize on vegetables in winter season,
Hmm.
and I emphasize fruits in the summer season
Hmm.
because our body gets dehydrated, and that is why mango is a fruit of summer season.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Which
that
it
is why
grows naturally
gooseberries,
in summer.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that is why gooseberries are, or such kind of vegetables are a part of winter season.
Ah, nature is so intelligent in itself. I mean, gooseberries have just started to come, right, in India.
Right.
And so,
Right.
therefore, you should be eating them seasonal and you don't even need to worry about it. And another observation, Muniji, as per the Ayurvedic system as well, the green leafy vegetables are to be eaten in winter. And in fact, they say put lots of oily tadka in it. So, it's even enhancing more oil in it, isn't it?
Yes.
So, I mean,
Winter season needs that.
yes, isn't it? Your skin goes dry and.
So frigid zones
Mm.
round the year they need to follow these winter season diets.
Oh, okay. Okay, so where it's more cold, we should be following the winter plan anyway. We should all be eating more green
Yes.
leafy vegetables unless it's hot. Right. Okay.
And where it is much rainy, like the equatorial region,
Hmm.
over there, grains should be eaten very less.
Okay.
More of the foods like grams, lentils,
Oh,
that more of those things should be eaten, not the monocotyledon grains.
okay. Why is that, Muniji?
So, because the acids
Hmm.
which the enzymes which
Hmm.
digest our grains in our body,
Hmm.
they are less released in rains because of absence of the sun. We can digest a little of lentils or the grams in such kind of rainy season times. So we have to eat more of that kind of food. See, grains I'll say about monocotyledon, means the wheat, the rice,
Right.
jowar, these
Right.
are monocotyledons.
Right.
So we eat less grains in the rainy season,
Right.
little more about proteins, that
Okay.
also in a limited quantity. See, again, whatever I'm telling, just don't follow it randomly. You need to follow some guru. These are our traditional activities, what we perform.
Hmm. Is it because in the rainy season, like you said, the enzymes are not produced, which means they are not easily digested. The grains are heavier to digest, so
Yes.
therefore you don't eat wheat and jawar and all this. Whereas the pulses being broken up and dals are slightly easier to digest, so you should have those. And fruit or not fruit.
Fruits in summer seasons.
Okay, so that stick to the seasons, right? Okay.
Yes. So, like suppose in Gulf countries where it is too much of extreme climate,
Hmm.
there when you are experiencing a lot of heat,
Hmm.
you should actually eat fruits over there, and that is why they eat dates, a lot of dates and dry fruits over there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And again, to point out few things over there, they also in such kind of dry regions
Hmm.
they are actually eating non-veg. They are actually eating maida, means breads, and it is good for them.
Why is that? Because the maida is
Heavy and it can hold in extreme climates.
right.
Suppose if you eat 10 chapatis in that extreme climate, it will get instantly digested and your stomach won't be able to hold the hunger.
Oh, right, right, right.
So
Okay,
bread is necessary in extreme climates.
okay, okay.
So this will be seeming weird to few people, but
Mm,
tropical region in India, we don't need to eat bread.
mm,
I actually remove bread from each and maida. I remove from each and every person's diet. You
Mm,
don't need to eat. You don't need to eat such kind of things in India. But
mm,
if you go Africa, you need to eat such kind of things. So according, I have a global perspective for our diet plans. So people internationally approach me and I give according to their reason. It is known as Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav. Dravya means the food you eat. Kshetra means the place you live. Kal means the seasonal what you experience, season what you experience, and bhav means what kind of body prakriti you have. So
mm,
approaching to these four things, this is a diet plan. And
mm.
according to that, what your body needs is the nutrition plan.
Mm. So this is like, in modern medicine now they give a lot of importance to bespoke, but this bespoke is even beyond bespoke because they don't consider things like what climate or is it day night. They're just prescribing whatever they think it's bespoke, but this goes to right down to the finest level of bespoke, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
But I'll give you one example. A person living in Bangalore was suggested by
Mm,
some such kind of person he might have seen in YouTube or something, and then he started eating all the raw vegetables. Kachu khao. In Gujarati, it is said kachu khao. So eating all the raw vegetables, and suddenly what happened? He started suffering a lot of cough and cold. So he came to me, Guruji, now this is happening. So I told
mm,
that boil that vegetable and then eat and then tell me what is happening to you. He
mm,
boiled those vegetables at a 40-degree temperature. You have to boil it for half an hour. At 40-degree temperature, the water will boil, 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 boil. Means that is what is our generally our body temperature. So at a very low temperature, you boil that food, it will actually get boiled after half an hour when the whole water is vaporized. Then after that, you eat the food after 40 minutes or after 45, 48 minutes. After that, you eat the food. He started doing that and all the cold and cough and everything vanished.
and it's because the Bangalore climate, I always think of it as very equable and nice.
It rains every day.
Okay, okay.
Except the month of March and April, it rains every day over there.
So that kacha was all too much on his stomach.
So I give them seasonal diet plans, nutrition plans, and each and every plan for each and every classification of our body. Ahar, Sharir, Indriya, Shwas, Masha, Man, Soul. And for soul also, I tell them to be calm, to think of wellness of the every living being of this universe. It is known as Sukshata. Sukshata means to express your well-being emotions for each and every living being. To pray to God or that Supreme Almighty that let each and every living being in this universe be free from each and every kind of pain, illness, or any kind of diseases. This kind of thoughts, prayer is known as Sukshata. So from Ahar till soul, all the seven kinds of classifications are actually integrated when I approach for diabetes. And the
Mm,
same is done for other diseases also. Especially while curing diabetes, I don't follow one single medicine. Like some people, some Ayurvedic doctors, they just suggest that you eat herbs like Karela, neem, jamun. They just suggest them, or there are many such kind of supplementary juices which are being suggested by them. I don't follow the same. I give them a specific diet,
mm,
like to add herbs. Initially, they are suggested to add herbs like tulsi, yashti madhu, and gooseberries.
mm.
These
Um,
three things, they start with this that detoxes the body. After that, to increase the metabolic rate, I suggest them to have herbs like gurmar and methi. And after that, for the third lapse, they then I suggest them to use Karela, and then I suggest them to use neem,
mm,
jamun, so that this kind of a particular plan, it helps them reversing diabetes.
mm.
Only one element cannot actually help you reversing diabetes.
There's a whole order to how you incorporate more and more. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not even like the Western medicine where you just say, okay, stop sugar and that's it, or
I tell them you can eat sugar, but natural, which is found from fruits. I
ah,
don't stop them eating chiku. I don't stop them eating apple, banana. I don't stop them.
right.
But I stop them eating chemical sugar.
Mm. And does jaggery count or
Yeah, don't eat chemical jaggery. If it is natural jaggery, you can eat. There is
oh,
no problem of eating sweet things. There
right.
is no problem at all in eating sweet things. Only you get again connected to the nature, come out of all the chemicals.
Wonderful. Thank you, Muniji. Another lifestyle disease that, of course, with modern living is blood pressure. And you have had a lot of success in reversing blood pressure as well. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Definitely. Blood pressure we can control by our respiratory system.
Right.
I integrate along with it, I integrate nutrition plan, diet plan, because see, preventive wellness is all about rhythm, bringing all your seven parts of your classifications of your body in
Mm,
rhythm. The
mm,
same thing I again follow for BP also, but here I specially suggest to control along with sugar, you control salt also. There are two main elements in body to be controlled, that is salt and sugar. Sugar and salt should be counted over here. In India, in Marathi especially, in Pune, it is said a person who is not having good brain or good memory, we say meat kami hai.
yes.
We say that namak kam hai usme.
ah,
So that is actually your brain consists more of salt, sodium.
okay.
When there is a sodium imbalance, it brings the neuro imbalance. All mental diseases are connected to salt.
Oh, so in mental diseases as well, you start controlling the salt.
People having more BP, they actually fall into the trap of brain hemorrhages.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is why I give them this link of lung, blood, and brain.
Mm,
And according to that, I treat. So everything is treated holistically.
mm.
And I can get results within 14 days. You don't need to take lifetime medicines. This can be reversed within 14 days.
Oh, wow. But then after the 14 days, you still need to follow a particular lifestyle.
Simple hai. If you are prone to allopathic medicine, eat that for lifetime. And if you are prone to nature, then do follow this rhythm for your lifetime.
Mm.
I don't have any magic that I will do abracadabra and transform your body into some heavenly abode. I don't do that. I make you realize that what is the set of capacity or the potential of your body or the potential of your DNA. This is only what you can digest. This is only how you can live. And now, if you don't follow your body potential, go with the medicines.
Mm. So, really, in many ways, you're just teaching people a way of life, a good, healthy way of life.
This is what is preventive wellness, living with the nature in a rhythmic manner.
Mm. So, you're teaching them becoming aware of nature, becoming aware of yourself, and that balance. So, the third on my list is thyroid. I know men suffer from it, but I do know plenty of women who suffer from it. You are either under or over, and it can really, because it's a hormone, it can really spiral you into all sorts of mental issues, and it's a big problem, as you know, Muniji. One, are there any tips? And secondly, how do you help cure?
So, when you talk about sugar and salt, you need to talk about liver and pancreas also. Few people who fall ill because of liver, and there are few people who fall ill because of pancreas. Liver and pancreas are another memory intelligence centers of our body. Like our brain is the intelligence center, similarly, liver and pancreas are another center of our body who control the metabolic activities in our body
Mm,
or
mm,
who are responsible to help in metabolic activities, right?
mm,
So, people who actually have a liver problem, they can be cured by more of a fruits like mango leaves, mango, they can be cured. And people having pancreatic problems, they can be cured more of like with vegetables. See, I'm not telling this is a universal rule, but this is a generic rule. It may differ from body to body. Again and again, I tell, don't just listen and follow anything. You come to us or go to a guide and then follow something. So generally, emotional part of our body. So as I said, one is the brain and second brain is liver and pancreas. Similarly, the organ connected to emotions is heart,
Mm.
second organ is intestine, and third organ is thyroid.
Emotions.
Yeah, intestine and thyroid are our second heart.
Okay. Intestines as well.
Yes, intestine. So that is why people who are very emotional, they get acidity regularly.
Okay.
So now I cure acidity and thyroid by settling emotions. Over here, breathing does not count. Over here counts is meditation. It is not that I don't teach them breathing. I teach everything,
Mm.
but I tell them to more focus on your emotions.
Mm.
The emotional imbalance needs to be controlled more than the medicine. Diet plan, nutrition plan are there along with it. Now over here in diet plan, I increase is coconut. Coconut helps cure thyroidism.
Dry coconut, fresh coconut.
Any coconut, any part of coconut, even the outer fibers, which are sold in no rupees,
Thrown away. Yeah. Yeah.
that fibers also you can actually dip into the water, go for overnight, soak into the water overnight, and drink that water next day. If you
Oh.
are very poor, you cannot drink coconut water. It's not of a worry. Remove those fibers, soak it into the water, drink that water. The same quality or the same effect you will have, what you will have after drinking the coconut water.
My goodness. Truly, that's why it's called Shrifal, isn't it? Wow, amazing. So coconut more
Thyroid.
for thyroid. The other one on my list is obesity. This is another modern enigma, really. People will always complain that weight.
So, along with these detoxification remedies and all the rhythms of all the seven classifications of body, there are few things to know more about it. So, when you detox your lymphatic system, your digestive system, your circulatory system, even muscle system also gets detoxed. So,
Right.
many people face muscle loss. Believe me, don't fall into the trap of people telling you that muscle loss is happening, muscle loss is happening. It happens. It happens when you detox your muscles. And again, after losing the fat, you need to rebuild all the tissues. So don't worry if muscle loss is happening, but you need to follow a procedure, a method, because this is the classification of our tissues, that is rasa, rakta, muscle, and then meda, charvi. So that is the fourth component. So any fat melts only after 28 days. If you don't follow any dietary plan more than 28 days, you are not losing fat, you are just losing water, you are just losing toxins, you are just losing muscles. And that is why you are losing weight. The fat loss happens only after 28 days. That you
Mm.
need to understand. So my obesity plan is never before 1 month. 1 month I give only for detox. That is why when you go to the naturopathy center, they give you 21 days for detox.
Mm.
And then 49 days plan they give to rebuild all the tissues in naturopathy center. So this is actually being followed over there also. And we also follow the same thing, 7 7 7 7 days. The fat melts only after 28 days. After that, we regularly monitor the fat and we regularly monitor the rebuilding of the tissues.
Mm. So what
If
you're saying, in other words, Muniji, is that to get rid of your obesity, you're basically getting rid of everything that's bad in your body and then rebuilding it so that all the goodness returns back. So don't worry if your muscle goes; it's going to come back after everything's been detoxed.
everything in the market is going conspiracy, they tell you that without exercise do this, They tell you that without any diet, follow this. Some people are now rising like eat only non-veg. Humans are actually only meant to eat non-veg.
Mm,
And
mm,
few peoples are coming that nothing, eat everything, do everything, just
mm,
to sell their courses or sell their ideas.
mm.
Believe me, simple thing if you can understand, live with the nature, live rhythmic lifestyle, and follow a guide who is living a rhythmic life.
Pure gold advice, Muniji. Constipation, Muniji, and all sorts of gut issues. So if you can tell us a bit about constipation, Muniji.
It is very simple to understand. People are having a lot of body flushing medicines. They eat a lot of stimulative medicines. They eat isabgol, kayam churna, and all sorts of. They use such kind of powders to get rid of the stools.
Mm,
But the reality is that your body will be cleared if you have a proper water plan.
mm,
Constipation just needs water plan. You stop eating solid food and start with aloe vera juice for about just 21 days. Just 21 days. Within 21 days, if you follow different kinds of healing waters, in Jainism, there are 21 kinds of healing waters. So, rice water is given initially, and as the day passes, on the fourth day, you have to stop rice water. Then you have to start other hot water and other kinds of water as per the season. So I cannot mention over here specifically. There are dates also. There is one fruit known as boar in India. Boar.
mm, mm.
So bear
Bear,
or
bear or
bear,
bear.
bear or boar it is known as. So bear water also heals a lot. So according to seasons, then we suggest them. Only
Mm,
water can heal constipation. Nothing else can heal. If you are stimulating such kind of using such kind of isabgol or powders or medicines, believe me, this decreases the capacity of your kidney. Your kidney is going to fall so much ill,
mm.
your kidney will forget its cell intelligence.
Wow.
Your kidney will fail. And nowadays, kidney is failing only because you are not having a water plan. And what is the weird thing in India, or I don't know in which countries, Bisleri bottle has all sorts of rules to follow. But the drinking water coming in your house is full of so much of chemicals that does not have any rules. So I would like to actually suggest drink only Bisleri water. Don't drink that drinking water coming from the municipal corporation.
Wow, really? Okay. Even boiling it doesn't help?
It helps only to certain circumstances because it is not alkaline. The water is already turned into acidic because of the chemicals. Now,
Right.
whatever you boil or whatever it happens, it cannot
Can't convert into becoming alkaline.
alkalinity.
Muniji, this rice water, is it kacha rice or do you have to cook it?
The cooked rice water.
Oh, okay. So like the kanji that
Kanji
people
also, cooked rice water also, and the kacha rice water also.
Oh, does it have different properties
It
or?
is known as, yes, it has different properties. It is known as osaman, means the green lentil water also, everything. All the lentils or grains, whatever we soak in the water, they have their own properties.
So for constipation, you can have just uncooked rice water as well as cooked rice water.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
we can have. But it should be planned as
Mm,
per the body.
mm, mm,
For 21 days, we stop grains. We put them on fruits and vegetables, especially on aloe vera. And then we give healing water diet. Your body reverses, your intestine reverses, your gut reverses.
mm, mm. Are there any tips, Muniji, without starting a plan itself, just small tips or best to consult?
It is best to follow a rhythmic life. Preventive wellness is emphasizing, see, again, just small tips or small crunches will take you to that allopathy way of
Same,
medicine.
same headline news, then do this and this will happen. Right. Okay, moving on to the last illness, creaky joints, arthritis.
Arthritis. Arthritis needs calcium.
Right.
And today's food, we are void of calcium. No food is giving us calcium. Refined oil, it does not. Oil actually gives calcium. Oil is the best part in India that used to actually nurture our bones. Every oil, every oil, not today's refined oils, but original seed oils, and not also the sunflower seeds which are over the years which are being propagated. These are all part of propagation, but the original sarso seeds, original sesame seeds, these oils give our body a lot of nutrition. And that is why in India, right from childhood, every child is given malish, a massage of oil massage. So oil gives nutrition to your bones. Your bones can be nurtured through oils. This is a big science of different oils over here. Arthritis we heal with oils, along with some fruits like gooseberry and some of them. Along with that, I specially suggest to have non-refined or the original sesame seed oil, the black seed oil and the white seed oil, whatever you have. You need to eat only food cooked out of that oil.
Is that also seasonal? So do you have like coconut oil in summers and till oil in winters, or?
Yes, absolutely. We follow the same thing.
Okay.
But till oil can be used around the year.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's not heating.
You can do this, you can experiment this. The organic till oil, the raw till oil,
Hmm.
which is cold pressed till oil,
Hmm.
sesame oil.
Hmm.
If you cook food in that sesame oil, even if you make snacks in that sesame oil, after 1 month also, it will not taste bad.
It stays as it is, right? Okay.
The taste remains as it is.
Yeah. Another experiment that somebody had gotten me to do, and it really works, is that they said just put any oil and light a lamp, and the flame will flicker. Whereas the sesame seed oil flame stays, isn't it? It's very stable. So it's
Stable.
um,
Absolutely.
and that's it, really. This is where we'll end. And thank you so much for doing this with us, Muniji. It was such a pleasure. So, to the audience, thank you so much for watching our conversation. Please do remember to subscribe, to comment, and share, because there were so many practical advice given by Muniji. So, do share. We'll be cutting this into smaller sections, so feel free to share even the smaller ones. Muniji wanted to say something.
Yeah, I had a very good experience with Sujata ji. She's a very down to earth person and she has organized this podcast very well. And I actually ask every person to subscribe this channel because this is a selfless channel done by a selfless woman who is just wanting the betterment of the society. And such kind of down to earth personality we need in modern times. They are such miracles among us. We need to get connected to them for any sort of our problem selflessly.
दॅट इज व्हेरी काइंड ऑफ यू मुनीजी. मराठीत म्हणतात हरभराच्या झाडावर चढवलं. नो बट थँक यू सो मच फॉर डुईंग दिस. थँक यू सो मच.
Blessings.
आशीर्वाद आशीर्वाद रे.
हाँ,
थँक यू मुनीजी.
धन्यवाद.